It's now a great pleasure to introduce Dr. Steve Burnell, the CEO of Minderoo's Foundation Collaborate Against Cancer initiative, which brings together the Eliminate Cancer and Universal Cancer Data Bank projects. Steve has a passion for the intersection of technology and healthcare, and he's particularly motivated to improve the way data is used for the benefit of patients, researchers and the health system. And he'll speak about Pillar 2 on research and clinical trials. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you, Sophie. Thanks, Sophie. Very pleased to be here. First, let me thank the brave patients and their families who are sharing their stories. Incredibly moving and the reason we're all here. I wanted to thank Minister Hunt and Minister Bowen. Minister Hunt has been an incredible advocate for cancer care in Australia and for cancer patients. And I just love the bipartisan sentiments expressed by Minister Bowen. Obviously, to Rare Cancers Australia, Minderoo Foundation is thrilled to work with Rare Cancers Australia and the National Oncology Alliance. Richard, Kate, Amanda and the team have been phenomenal partners, and we're very pleased to share their vision and really work with them to try and scale it and work with the other partners. The next 10 years are going to bring unprecedented opportunity, I believe, to rethink how we use data and technology to really improve cancer diagnosis and treatment. And address some of the inequities of care that we've heard a little bit about today. Minderoo's mission is to arrest unfairness and make opportunities to better the world. Minderoo was founded by Andrew and Nicola Forrest nearly 20 years ago. They're our co-founders and co-chairs, proudly Australian but with a global perspective. We are looking across a range of initiatives that span modern slavery, childhood education, ocean preservation and conservation, and obviously cancer care and even COVID-19 and bushfire responses. Around Australia and the world, researchers are working hard to improve care for cancer patients. It's increasingly clear, though, that we have to really bring together all of the silos, all of the clinicians and researchers, all of the data, and then the enabling technology if we're going to make a difference against what is a really formidable foe. So partnerships and collaboration are central to what we try and fund and what we try and do. For us, engagement across philanthropy, industry, government, healthcare, research in clinical healthcare and with patients themselves is going to be the way that we actually make a dent in cancer survival and cancer outcomes. I'm told there are 1,000 attendees today, which is a great sign that there are a lot of people and a lot of different groups who are ready to pull against that particular wheel. And that is very pleasing to hear. So if we could move to the slide on the Collaborate Against Cancer initiative, we really focus on a strategy of 4 pillars. Those are cancer prevention, and our focus in cancer prevention has been tobacco, the biggest killer related to cancer and a preventable threat. And we're extending that now to cancer vaccines, which brings some really exciting opportunity in the decade ahead, as well as some very tangible possibilities with places less fortunate and less advanced than Australia with respect to HPV vaccines and cervical cancer. Our second pillar is driving equitable access and more personalised care. That can be access to clinical trials for all cancers and for all participants, no matter where you live. And certainly the opportunity to have the most appropriate molecularly targeted therapy for your specific cancer. The third pillar of our strategy is patient-partnered research, as we call it. It's really around engaging and empowering patients directly in their care and in the management of their consents and their data. And then finally, we also make investments in technology and infrastructure. And these are really enabling all of the above in our strategy. And this, particularly for us, is a focus at the moment on data platforms. And so the data commons in particular is very close to our heart. And how do we share the data that already exists and make sure that researchers and patients benefit from it? I'd just like to talk a little bit about some of the programs within our strategy. Within Australia, the Brain Cancer Mission, we fund molecular subtyping in the most studies with the Garvan. We're very proud of our participation and co-funding with the Commonwealth Government, and Minister Hunt mentioned it, in the Zero Childhood Cancer Initiative. These are all programs that are providing the latest technology. They're linking, in some cases, translational research very quickly to patient care and clinical care. It's one of the reasons that I really like Zero, because I think this decadal gap between discovery research and clinical care is just too long and unnecessary in the new technology-enabled world and a genomically led medicine world. And if we can shorten that and really link research with clinical care very quickly, and we see it in programs like Zero, I think that's the future of medicine and certainly the future of cancer care. So the 6 pillars of the Vision 2030 framework represent a really exciting overlap with our strategy. We're absolutely thrilled and proud to support them. We see them as critically important to achieving what is our mission in Collaborate Against Cancer, to make cancer non-lethal in a generation. And so bringing all of the cancers and all of the cancer patients along, not just the most common cancers, is central to that philosophy. We're excited to work with government. We have a long history of working with government, including in cancer care in Australia. We're excited to work with Rare Cancers Australia, the National Oncology Alliance, and in particular, we're excited to work with industry as a very key and important player, and patients themselves, to make this happen. The time is now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve.